Hello everyone, I'm about to tap this really nice yellow birch tree here. Comes as a surprise to a lot of people, but birch trees also give you a really nice sap. Maple trees are a little bit more exciting though, because you get about 40 or 60 gallons of sap from them. You get about 1 gallon of syrup. Birch trees, especially this yellow birch, you have to get closer to 90 to 110 to get 1 gallon, but it has a really different, more zangy taste. Right before I tap it here, I'm going to show you all a quick little bit about the tap that I have. So the tap I'm using today, I made a little bit ago. It's out of an elderberry, and I chose elderberry because it's really easy to hollow out. They also grow really quickly. So I have my elderberry here. I cut it a while ago. It started to dry out, and you'll cut your little piece, and inside you can see it's got this nice little bit of pith. I like to first start off with a pencil. You can just push it through and it'll pop out. You can also use a screw if you want, but as you push it through, that pith moves around, and pretty soon you can start using the edges of your screw to file out all the little corky bits until you have a really nice hollow spile that you can use. Then this is just a little bit too big to go in the tree as is, so you file down the edges a little bit. Most importantly, you make it small enough that when you tap it into the tree, it conforms to the tree a little bit more, and it seals your hole really nicely without worrying about busting the tree apart by pushing it in too far. So, with our big yellow birch tree, they've got a little bit corkier bark than your paper birch would be, which I've got a few tapped in front of the house. I'm looking for a spot right here that doesn't have really thick bark, because I'm just going to screw in about this far on our drill, and if I go someplace that's really thick, I might not reach very far into the cambium and the part of the tree where the sap is flowing. Right here looks a little bit better than like over here, especially it doesn't have any wounds or any other tap holes, because I want to be about 4 inches away from all of those. I'm going to take my drill, start to put it in, and you know, it takes a little bit of time, but it's not too bad. Right now I'm still just going through all of that outer corky bark, because my sawdust is nice and brown. But right here I'm starting to hit a little bit of the soft white sawdust, which means I finally hit like the heartwoods of the tree. And then I like to spin it here a little bit to help move all of that stuff out of the tree right away. Already it's a little bit damp. It's starting to flow. Birch trees like it when it's below or above freezing, both at day and night, so they happen a little bit after your maples. It's already flowing here. So as you can see, I just tapped it. It's already flowing. With birch trees, they have a specific, I don't remember if it's bacteria or fungus, that once it gets warm enough, it grows in there and helps plug any leak. And so what I found in my past tappings is if you take a little bit of the bark around the outside, you don't want to make it much bigger, but just scrape it away a little bit so it's less likely that you've tipped one back in there. It doesn't plug up nearly as quickly as it gets warm. So now I've got my small little tap. I'm just going to take it, put it in the tree right here. You have to be a little bit more gentle with your wooden taps. They do break fairly often, but you know, that's alright. It's pretty easy to grow another one and make a new one. So I've got it in. It'll take a little bit for the sap to come on out, but pretty soon it's going to start dripping.